Pete the Cat, Trick or Treat by James Dean. It's Halloween. Pete the Cat is excited to go trick-or-treating in his superhero costume. I hope nothing too spooky happens, says Pete. Don't worry, says Pete's dad. We have our flashlights. Let's go trick-or-treating, says Pete. Boo! Pete and his dad walk outside. Whoosh! The wind rustles the leaves. Pete sees something moving in the trees. It's just an owl. That wasn't too spooky, says Pete. They arrive at a neighbor's house. Pete rings the bell. He hears a strange sound coming to the door. It's just Cate, Pete says. She's not too spooky. Cate joins Pete and his dad trick-or-treating. At the next house, there's something in the yard. Whew, it's just a scarecrow, says Pete. That's not too spooky. Pete rings the doorbell. Trick or treat, say Pete and Cate. Awesome costume, says Pete. Very spooky, but not too spooky. Thank you, says Mrs. Gold, the crossing guard. At the next house, there's something glowing on the steps. Cool, says Pete. Jack-o'-lanterns. Cate rings the doorbell. Trick or treat, say Pete and Cate. It's Pete's teacher. One piece of candy each, she says. Suddenly they hear something behind them. What was that? asks Cate. Oh, it's just our friend Emma, says Pete. Not spooky, but groovy. One last house and then we'll go home, says Pete's dad. Pete rings the doorbell. Ding dong. Yikes! It's a spooky ghost, screams Pete. Don't be silly, Pete. It's just me, says Grandma. Cate and Pete get treats and hugs. Trick-or-treating wasn't spooky at all. It was actually full of sweet surprises. Happy Halloween! The end.